Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Net Saviors podcast. I'm your host Adell, and with me is a man who can make the impossible happen, no matter what. MegaMasterX.
Hello Adell, how are you tonight?
I'm a little cold, my guy, you know?
I am too. A little bit of snow here in Ohio.
Same here, it's been snowing about all day in New York. Kind of annoying. But hey, good for my Pokemon catching!
That is true. Do the Pokemon change? Like, do the types that change?
Yes.
Or appear change? Okay, that's kind of cool.
So, like, right now it's snowing outside, so like all ice and steely mostly. But then when it got overcast earlier, they kind of switched over to more poison types and stuff like that. It was nice.
I can't wait for Star Force Wave Battle Virus Go.
When we making that, and then hiring trainer tips to do it for us, and then he can get kicked off of Draconis.
Oh man, what do we have in store today for this stalwart episode of Net Saviors?
Alright, so normally, since this is now episode 7, we have to cover Battle Network 6, but we're not doing that.
Not this time.
That's right, we will never cover Battle Network 6 at this rate, friends. Instead, last weekend, MegaMasterX, as I said, made the impossible happen, and we had I want to say the largest meetup for the N1?
I think it was the largest known physical Battle Network meetup that I was able to find in North America. I'm sure there was like maybe an official event at some point when it was like current content on the West Coast, but I'm pretty sure this has been the first official biggest fan meetup probably ever.
Yeah, over here in New York City too. We had a very gracious host. We had a great time. We had an amazing setup, and a hell of a meal.
We did. We'll definitely get into the meal, as I feel like that should be its own like discussion point, because there's just a lot to unpack on that.
Just talk about food. No longer about Battle Network. Food is now my topic.
Considering wasn't there like a cooking mini game? No, that was
no. I was Cooking Mama.
What am I thinking? Yeah, it was probably Cooking Mama. Anyway, yeah. So the M1GP meetup was really awesome. We're still in the process of getting the video on demands up as of the recording of this episode but we've gotten a handful of them, and it turned out really well. It was kind of a hacky setup, truth be told, but
it was. I feel like we had more equipment than we needed for this setup, and at the same time, we didn't have enough of the correct equipment.
That's right. I mean, on the bright side, we have an idea of what to do for the next meetup, which we will also get into probably at the tail end of the show, so definitely stay tuned to this episode if you want to hear about the future of the M1GP meetups.
Yes. So, as I said, as of recording this, it was last weekend, which was, what was it? Was the 2nd? Yeah.
December 2nd, yep.
December 2nd. MMX came over to my place on the 1st. Spent the weekend. It was nice.
Yeah.
We didn't really spend a lot of time here.
Very accommodating. Adele has a nice cat.
She has a nice cat. Wish she had a name. It was nice. You know, we played our games. We played the NT Warrior card game incorrectly.
We did. And, of course, you'll need to tune into the Team Battle Network Winter Showcase coming up here on December 16th, where... I think this is actually the first announcement of this, but I'm actually going to be playing the NT Warrior card game against Kreb, who does Shanghai. So I'll be playing against him in some exhibition matches. We'll be going over the rules for the NT Warrior card game. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's a very underappreciated card game, mostly because there are only 3 sets, but it's actually pretty fun.
The problem, I think, it sort of applies to just like any card game made by this company. It's made by Decipher, and Decipher had so much on their plate, and they just stopped.
Yeah, they couldn't.
And it's ridiculous.
They couldn't maintain it. I mean, Lord of the Rings I think Lord of the Rings was probably their longest running card game.
And then Star Wars, I think, was their biggest seller.
Yeah, but definitely. I mean, they definitely tried to branch into everything, and. You know, it's fun, for sure, but,
just like the Dot Hack game, it's fun, but it's small doses, I feel. And it's also very incomplete.
For sure, for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, well. So we did that. I flew in on the 1st. It was a really easy flight. We weren't late or anything like that. We came in actually on a pretty good time. I opted not to take the bus because my girlfriend Noelle was she had never flown or been to New York, so it was a bunch of firsts for her. It was a really enjoyable experience. And,
I tell him not to go for the AirTrain meme, and lo and behold, he jumps on the AirTrain meme.
I mean, it was a comfy $10 I spent for $2.
$10,
$5 a person, yeah.
Every time.
And I did it again on the way back.
I know. I was watching. I was like, man, he'd already been at the airport if he just got on that bus.
Yeah, I was thinking about. I actually told that to Noelle when we were going up the stairs to the AirTrain. I was like, we could have probably been through TSA at this point, but
you wanted that AirTrain. I got you on that AirTrain.
You did. You did. Eventually.
Eventually. So we had a comfy flight in. Then on the way out, we missed a stop. We had to backtrack a little bit. Then he got off. They had to run over, and I was just like, "Oh Lord!" MMX was about to pull his head off.
We narrowly missed our flight by like 2 minutes. It was pretty crazy.
I mean, we got home on time.
Yeah, we did. We did get there on time and safely, and it was really good. What's really weird is after the meetup, and we'll talk more about what exactly we did during the meetup too. When I came back, you know how when you go to a convention and you come back and you have that like post-con depression?
Yeah.
I had that immediately after landing in Ohio. I was like, dang, I really miss everyone from the N1. I kind of wish we were
in Ohio again.
That aside.
No, I feel you on that. It was great being around everyone.
Yeah. It was good hanging out. I wish we could have recorded live, but I think all of us were pretty tired after the meetup. Oh my god, like
way too tired.
We didn't get back from the meetup until what, like 1 a.m.? Yeah.
1 a.m.
It was worth it. Super worth it.
Oh my god. Yeah, it was, Dad.
Let's,
because the trains run really bad at night, that's the big problem. And then it was the weekend, just like big double whammy.
Yeah, it was kind of a perfect storm, but I wouldn't trade it for anything. I don't regret it.
What about a base Navi chip?
What?
What about a base Navi chip, though?
What about a base Navi chip?
Would you trade it for that?
No.
Would you trade it for the rarest battle chip?
Well, it depends on what your idea of the rarest battle chip is.
What is the definitive rarest battle chip?
The only thing I can think of that are chips that don't exist. Probably the rarest ones or hardest to find would probably be the battle chip stadium chips like Django, Otenko.
That was the arcade game, right?
Yep, it was.
Yeah.
I feel like we should have discussed that on our off-game episode.
Dude, I had no idea that existed till recently, so...
Seriously, it's pretty interesting. You used to be able to take your Navi chips, your Link Navi chips from the toy and the Beast Link Gate, and you used to slot it into the arcade cabinet, and it would download your Navi data from the chip, and then you would use your battle chips. It had some slots. I think it had, if I'm remembering correctly, because I've seen one in person, but only once. You could slot in your battle chips, and there was a roulette. You had to time it correctly in order for your chip to fire. And all of the Navis had really, really weird-looking 3D models. Like they look like clay fighters almost.
Oh no!
Yeah, but anyway, if you beat all of the Navis up to a point, I think you had to beat base to get a chip prize, and you could get that. It was the only way you could get any of the Boktai chips, and they were all white. The chip prizes were white chips. So if you ever get a lot on any Buy-E or eBay or anything like that, if you get a white chip, that's a Battle Chip Stadium prize. Otenko is an orange chip.
Okay, so I'm looking... That's kind of cool. I'm looking at this. You're right. These look really weird. Also, wait, Falzar Forte was in this? Mm-hmm. Oh my god.
He was also in the marquee art.
Wow, this looks really...
pretty bad.
Ooh. This makes NT Warrior almost... I'm sorry, Network Transmission look almost...
Doesn't it, though? Doesn't it? Yeah. It's pretty interesting.
Stand on your panel!
So let's I want to take a moment and dig into what exactly we did during the meetup, because we can talk a little bit about kind of what led up to it and things like that.
Let's start at the beginning. We left here at about 10.
Yep.
When we were supposed to be there for 10.
We were a little bit late. Everyone was already there.
Yeah. But, I mean, we were the guests. We were the, like, we were the guests of honor. We had to be there. Like,
oh, yeah.
That's how it works. Fashionable, but, build a suspense. So we get there, and we all meet at Nintendo World at the Rockefeller Center. Hang out there for a second. Then we start... Tofu starts guiding us over to our destination, and along the way, what we do? We stop at that bookstore where I found an book off where I found an AGS 101 for $40. I swear to God, I'm gonna get that thing. I'm gonna rip that screen out so fast. So we went there. A lot of interesting stuff. We saw the bootleg copy of Falzar 6.
It existed.
Oh my God. I kind of want to get it because I'm curious as to how, and I want to break it open and look at like the chipset inside.
It probably won't save.
I want to look at it. I need to know. So we did that. Then we got a couple of dollar slices. I'm sure some fools got pepperoni instead of cheese, but you know how that goes. Max.
What's the meme? Can you describe that meme to me? I don't understand it.
What's the meme?
Why is it? What is the importance of pointing out that I got pepperoni?
My dude, the point of getting dollar pizza is getting dollar pizza. You don't get the $2.50 pizza.
Oh, I didn't know there was a price to... Oh.
Cheese pizza is $1.
Okay.
Unless you go to, like, certain shops. But when they say two bros, you get cheese slice, $1. So you can eat, like... That's why I kept telling you, man, you got on that AirTrain, you paid 5 pizza slices for that.
The moment I landed, New York took advantage of me.
Basically, you let it take advantage. I was like, I'm gonna guide him and make sure he doesn't spend so much money, mister. I'm gonna take an Uber from the McDonald's back to the apartment.
Hey, listen, it was a comfy ride. It was a comfy ride.
Okay, so we did that. And then we went over to where we were holding the event. And we were taken up to the 4th floor, and originally we were going to cozy up in the kitchen commons area, which was really nice. It had like two rooms all of its own that were like they had sliding glass doors, so they were kind of soundproofish. So if we had the equipment, we would have done the episode there while they played.
Yeah.
Had a nice big TV, 2 big tables, really good setup. And until it was like, I don't think this is enough. Let's go down the hall.
So I don't want to give away too much information about the venue specifically and the location, things like that. Just we've been asked to make sure that
yeah. That's why I'm trying to like keep things a little ambiguous here. He leads us down to a much nicer room. There's a 92-inch television on the wall, and we're just like, you know what? I think this'll do.
Yeah. That was a good decision.
Think this'll do. So we set up in there. We were streaming off of the Surface Pros, right?
Yep. That's correct.
That's why we had a little bit of lag at the start. Like, the bitrate was probably too high because they were simple i5 cores instead of, like, the i7s like I think we initially thought. But I think that was one of our first problems, is that we used... It was a good thing to use. It was simple to hook up to, but I think at the same time, if we had like, a dedicated tower for this... I don't know. We might have been able to pull off some more shenanigans, like, with, like, some mics... like some more mics so you have more audio going in, some more webcam angles too.
I think realistically the only thing we would have needed was like a USB hub. The Surfaces did a really stellar job of streaming it. I mean, if you look at the VODs, if you go on the Twitter at M1Grand, you can see all those VODs. They look pretty decent.
The only thing I really would have wanted is... I like how the Japanese do it, is when they point the webcam at the screen.
Yeah.
Because I wish you could have seen the size of this, listeners. It was ridiculous.
It was incredibly large. I think, didn't Midnight, I think, had a size comparison? Who had a size comparison picture?
I
Might
did,
have been,
you nerd.
You did?
Yeah, I pulled my PET up to land.
That's right. So if you go on Twitter, at trainer_Adell, The size just was crazy. It was insane. It made for a very good viewing experience for sure for the people.
Oh yeah, definitely. I even think, I don't know, it looked like it moved even smoother than I'm used to seeing Battle Network move.
Yeah.
It definitely, I like that. It smoothed things out. It looked really nice. Again, I think we had too much equipment, but not enough of the stuff we really needed. Like, we had 2 microphones. We had, like, 2 televisions for certain things. We had 2 GameCubes that we tried to wirelessly connect, but we're like, that's dumb. Just put a link cable between them.
I think it was, well, I mean, this was our first event, and nothing of this sort has really been done.
It's true.
That we have experience with.
Yeah.
So for our first event, I think we did a decent job of coming prepared.
Oh, definitely.
If nothing else, so...
we
have a better idea of what is to come and what we should be expected to have on deck for the next one.
So, that being said, we also learned our lesson. No more Star Coliseum. Especially with the full 7 people?
Oh, jeez. So apparently, fun fact, the Star Coliseum, for those that aren't aware, is a mode in Star Force 2 that allows you to link up with a bunch of players, and you have to collect stars. And if you collide on a map with another player, you go into like a very, very, very short battle against them. With, I think, the starter... Was it a starter folder? It was not your player folder.
No, it's a starter folder, and you can upgrade it if you talk to the Mr. Waves, right? Or
yes.
whatever they're called? Yeah.
That's right, the Hertzes.
The Hertzes, yeah. You talk to them, they upgrade your stuff, they upgrade your form, and it's just a free-for-all.
So traditionally, we've done Star Coliseum.
We regretted doing
We did it.
We wasted 4 hours on Star Coliseum.
We did. We've done it before in the past, prior to this event, the meetup, and it wasn't too bad. But what we didn't count on is when you get more than 6 people on a ad hoc DS game wireless session, it gets ridiculously laggy. And if the person that's designated as the host walks out of the room, everyone drops.
Yep.
So, yeah, a lot of learning, growing pains there. Star Coliseum, I honestly didn't have too much fun with it. It was an enjoyable experience, but I feel like it would be more enjoyable if it were a smaller, like, group.
I liked it when it's just, like, the 4 or 3 of us playing it. Like, when Twilight and I hung out, we did Star Coliseum on OSS. Runs great, it's nice, quick, fun kind of deal. And then when you came the first time, all 4 of us did it with nice, quick, fun.
Yep.
But when you have the full 7 players, that thing is so badly optimized.
And it's not even something that we had control over either, right? It's just the way that the DSs communicate. But
and then we made the mistake of doing it in OSS. Yeah. Which is...
OSS is a lot more... The download play mode for OSS is a lot more intensive. There's a lot more action that you do in that. You get power-ups. It's basically a rock, paper, scissors game. You can take stars from your opponent, things of that nature.
No net battling.
That doesn't really work well in laggy conditions. I mean, Star Coliseum kind of does because it's not as impactful. It's not as involved. But OSS, different story. We're very lucky no one got base. Because I don't think any of us would have...
no, you can't.
Would have made that.
No. Or,
it was also, the teams don't auto-balance either, because you can pick Classic Mega, or EXE, Shooting Star, or I think... Protoman. And the teams don't auto-balance, so we had TBP, who was one of the attendees. He was the only one on the EXE team. Everyone else was on Star Force and Protoman, and I'm like, this is wildly imbalanced.
Get him! But yeah, no, it was a mess, and we ate up like a good 3 hours off of that.
Yeah.
Which kind of sucks, but I mean, that's okay, because the next segment definitely made up for that with the BN5 tournament. Which, okay, for those not to know, we had it in BN5 DS. There is a tournament mode all ready to go, up to 8 players. And yeah, you can watch the action on your screen. And it's just... It runs great, honestly.
Yeah, it's got a neat little bracket on the bottom screen. Whenever a player gets hit, their avatar shakes.
You get to choose who your avatar is, like, based from the NPC... A random assortment of NPCs. Someone was Gao.
Yep. I was the fat kid with French fries.
I was that weird staring kid. I love him. He's so good.
SF boy.
Yes. Yeah, and we had a good time with that. We did that twice. It goes by really fast. Next time, though, we sit down rules. No Chaos Lord.
No Chaos Lord. Jesus. No,
even Twin Leaders.
Twin Leaders does less damage, but it's just
basically a Double Beast. Like,
yeah,
let's be
I
real.
was gonna say, it feels a lot like Double Beast, yeah.
Twin Leaders, Double Beast, and Chaos Lord is Gregar Falzer.
It is. It really is. Now, Adell and I actually sat down and had a discussion about this prior to the meetup, but BN5's library is not, it's not very diverse.
No, it's not very good.
Yeah, no, you're very... you're backed into a corner with it. Yeah, bluntly, it sucks.
Because most of the chips that you want to use are an S. Or if you want to try something different, you're torn. Because let's say I tried to build a C folder, right? Because C has like a ton of stuff. Traditionally, you know, because you got things like Cold Man, Cosmo Man, Cloud Man, you know, stuff like that. Kernel, all that stuff comes up. The other chips kind of suck.
Not to mention you have 3 navies in S code.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, C and S compete for the most navies. S wins, obviously.
For sure.
But S also just gets, like, it gets life swords. It gets, I think it gets 2 program advances. Really good ones out of it. Both that deal 400 damage. Whereas C gets, I can't even remember the folder I built now. And I tried to mesh it with D, and, you know, it's a mishmash. I kind of like how it runs, but at the same time, it's not S. And 5 suffers horribly from that. It's got some nice star-coded stuff. Z has some weird crap in it, but it's not worth investing. Might as well alphabet soup it if you're going to do that kind of thing.
I agree.
Or just S.
I also kind of feel like Soul Cross Rock sort of ruins it.
Yeah. You
Base
can tell
Cross
me Base
2
doesn't?
Well, both of them do. Both of the permanent crosses do. And
yeah.
I don't know. A few participants use Soul Cross.
I use Soul Cross because I had both Boktai, so I was like, yeah, why not? I'll do it.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool, but in like a competitive scene, if you're up against someone like me who has just a 3DS XL, I don't have the ability to slot in a Boktai game or anything like that. I don't have access to that, so I'm already at a disadvantage because those crosses are crazy good, and I'm stuck with, I don't know, Toad Soul.
I mean, you want to get a cross where where you can hit through invisibility and all this other stuff for big, nasty damage.
Yep.
Soul Cross is so good.
But yeah, I mean, BN5 DTDS provided a very, very smooth tournament experience. None of us have experienced a full tournament mode bracket before.
No.
It was single elimination, but boy, I will tell you what, it was probably some of the most fun I've had playing Battle Network.
That's the other problem we had, now that I think about it. We didn't have an audio input.
Yeah, that's
I had to
weird.
stay near the mic with my DS cranked, just like, okay, it needs sound.
Yeah, we're gonna have that covered next time for sure.
Yeah, that was one of the glaring issues with the Surface Pad Pro. There was no input. There was only outputs.
Yep.
And it's just like, oh no,
unless you had a special cable, yeah.
Well, you know, like if we had a USB to speaker, it would have worked out.
That is true. Yep. But you know, for all the shortcomings, BN5 provided a very fun experience. Everyone was on. We dished out 100% saves for those that didn't have them, and it was really good. I had a great time. I think everyone else had a great time. We saw a lot of really clutch plays.
Oh my god. I got a few VODs of those. They're pretty good.
Some down to the wire single digit HP comebacks. Mm-hmm. TBP, who is a relative newcomer to the M1GP, did a stellar job. So we had a lot of fun there.
He almost got beat though. Let's be real.
Yeah,
it was close, but it was good. BN5 tournament mode, so nice. We did it twice.
Yep.
We didn't do 4, did we? I thought someone was playing 4.
We did Operation Battle Mode at the end.
Yeah, okay. I thought like someone actually booted up their PvP for 4. I was like, what the?
I think...
Neat.
Was Eurasia playing it? I think he was.
Might have, yeah. Because I know EXE guy and someone else, while we were doing that, was playing on the second television.
That was... I'm pretty sure Eurasia was playing EXE6 with EXE guy.
See, that's what I wish we could have also streamed. Like, had that on another part of it, or a secondary stream, stuff like that. Because there was action going on that I don't even know about. I just know they were playing.
Yeah, our intention with the setup was to have that as an auxiliary station streaming to another channel that people could tune into, kind of like the European Speedrunner Assembly, ESA, where they had like one stream and then another stream for side stuff. I really wanted to set up like that, but my layout's corrupted on my flash drive, so I couldn't get it set up, and it just didn't. This
is why you always make a backup and then give it to me.
I'm telling you, next time I'm gonna come fully prepared for this for sure.
Like, you send one to me, I'll put it on a flash drive, then we have 3 flash drives.
I'll also mail you one, just for an extra contingency.
Oh, hell yes. I like it. So we did that, and that ate up like another good hour and a half, I want to say. It
went by
late
quick.
Real fast.
Yeah.
Like, before we started all this around we ate, and then we got in about 1-ish, I want to say. Yeah.
Yeah. We got everything set up, and the stream was kicked off by about 1:30 or so.
And then we just played, and before we knew it was almost 6.
Yeah. So after the BN5 event, we took a break. We tweeted out a group, a squad photo, and then we went straight to dinner.
Yes.
And I will tell you, we went and ate. I'm gonna mess this up.
Come on, you got it.
Gyukaku? We had Japanese barbecue. It was just
Gyukaku.
Yeah, there you go. That's the thing.
I can't let you get away. We went to and had a Gyukaku Japanese barbecue.
We went upstairs, and I'll tell you what, I felt like I didn't make enough money per year to walk into this place.
We have a live reaction of that too.
Yeah, so we went in. The lighting was dim. It was just a gorgeous place. It was moderately busy, but you could definitely tell. There were grills. The tables were laid out. There were grills inlaid in there. They would bring you your raw meat, and you would cook it on the grill. And that was all. That was good. So we had a total of 11 people with us. Yes, it was 11 people.
11 people.
And then we sat down. We got a really long table, and we ordered food, and we just went to town. It was just the best. I'm not gonna lie. I probably never had such delicious
rich food.
It was just so exquisite. I can't properly put it into words.
I feel really bad about eating that too, because if I had known we were gonna do that, I would have brought like some of my better Japanese whiskey. Like I have a 12-year Yamazaki sitting over there, and like I really want to bust into it. And I was thinking like after that would have been it. That was the perfect time. Perfect. Everyone was of age. We could have had a nice little drink off of that. But
yeah, but that's okay. I mean, at the end of the day, we had
Maybe
a very, very good meal. Yeah, of course.
We didn't do any drinking. I just realized, you and I.
We did not. There was one person in our party that did. I won't call him out because I'm not about that.
When he told me number 5 on, I was like, whoa, dear. Oh no.
So we had ordered the food, and it was just a cacophony of flavor.
It was nuts.
I can't even. I had the worst. Oh god, Adell practically poisoned me with spice.
So we got this. This I'm not gonna say amazing. It was nice. This nice little chili powder dipping sauce you could do, right?
That hell sauce.
And I'm like, okay, let's dip. Oh, this is nice. I'm used to spices. I'm brought up with that kind of thing. I'm like, yo, MMX, try this. It's really good with this. Like, okay. I'm just like, oh no, he's dying.
I practically died. I was like, you did this. You did this to me.
I had to do it to you.
It took 2.5 glasses of water to get that hell taste out of my mouth.
It was so good.
And then they put edamame pot stickers in front of me, and I'm just like, this is not better.
They were better.
They were not.
Also, the hoisin sauce was good on everything. Ugh.
Yes, I agree with that. Well, the hoisin?
Hoisin was that sweet stuff that Tofu and I were going at.
Yeah.
It's a Vietnamese kind of sauce. It's very sweet. It's very nice.
It's very good. So
I usually use that as a base when I cook. It's pretty good.
Smart. So we ate. We had dessert. We took some dank pictures.
We took some good video.
We did, and then the bill came.
Yeah. There's the video, and
there's a video on Twilight EXE. No, it was Eurasia on Eurasia M's Twitter. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna say what the bill was.
Yeah,
but it was pretty up there.
It leads to the point of he didn't think he should have been walking in there with the amount he made per year.
No, not at all. So we did that. we paid. We left. The bathroom had mouthwash. It was a really good experience. Anyway,
yes.
So we went back to the venue.
I mean, when you pay that much, you get your most out of it. No, we stumbled back to the venue. We were all in pain from the amount of food we just ate.
Yeah, we overate. It was a lot of food, and there are several pictures. I'll probably put an album or something like that together at some point soon. But
yeah, it was. I wasn't hungry until maybe about the day after.
I agree.
There's just so much meat to digest.
It wasn't until I got Tony's pizza the day after that I was like, wow, I just now started getting hungry.
That was like a couple hours before your flight, too. That's the... Ooh, boy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we stumbled back to the venue, had some coffee, and we got ready for the last two tournaments, which were BN6 and Real Operation. So, the BN6 tourney... And I felt it was underwhelming after BN5.
I think my favorite part was everyone was like, wow, Mega can battle.
I mean, yeah. And I upheld by going in with just player G.
It's such a meme folder.
Dude, I don't even care. Like, Suka, shout out to you. It's crap, but I love it. And I'll make it work, my guy.
I think that's
I'm gonna keep at it. I'm gonna keep at it. We're gonna get this bad boy running. But it's a very meme build where you beast out as soon as you can, and you just unload with the what is it? The auto aim.
Yeah, I mean, so everyone. I don't think everyone had very much time to really prepare their setups.
No. I know like a couple people actually had. I think Eurasia and Mid had viable folders that they would use in tournaments here for that kind of thing. But the rest of us were like, I
mean, I had popcorn, and I think 3 people ended up using Player G.
Yeah, we did! Me, Suka, and Tofu.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah, the real reps. BN6 for life. I'll be honest. I wasn't too hyped for BN6, because we play it all the time. It's the only thing we have, really.
It's the only thing that we can play online. I mean, the N1 Grand Prix was practically built on Battle Network. It was built on Battle Network 6.
Yeah.
And we're just waiting for Ndrift. Please help us with the multiplayer on MGBA. We are willing to pay you.
Oh my goodness. Well, not just that, though. It's we're also waiting for the Wi-Fi enabled DS emulator to come out.
Yes.
BN5 DS Star Force meta coming out, boys.
We're going to have to re-add the SF meta emotes to the N1.
Oh, baby, paralysis. But yeah, no, we played BN6. It was like 3 out of 8 of us, and then 3 of us were just like playing player G. The last battle was pretty heated between Mid and Eurasia.
I will say that was probably one of my... It was just such a clutch match. Like, both battlers were pretty... I would say, go out on a limb and say they were pretty evenly matched. And that's saying quite a bit, because they wrecked the bracket up until their match.
Yeah, I wasn't too happy when it's like, alright, Mid versus Mega. Alright, Mega lost. Mid versus Adell. Oh, come on, man. Give me a fighting chance here. I don't want to do... Alright, player G.
He took the Net Saviors out with the quickest of ease.
Man...
I almost had him. I took a game off of him.
You did. I got deleted in one turn.
Yeah, yeah, you did.
I wanted to play Player G. I don't want to try hard. I want to have fun. And then he comes in with like this perfect sub. Like, man,
it was a meme folder. What'd you expect?
Get out of my face. I can't even pull off a meme. Hell, man,
yeah.
he wrecked me in 5 too because I tried to give him the boy bomb.
Oh, he did.
And he used Chaos Lore. I'm just like, man, this guy.
Such cheese. I forgot Chaos Lord was even a chip until then.
Yeah, I'm sure we all did. And then it's like, BT dubs, Chaos Lord. Ah!
Although I will say that a lot of Chaos Lords got eaten up by anti-damage in the tournaments.
Thank God.
Really nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I ate a double one to the face. I don't even care.
Yeah, no kidding.
The hell with it. But no, the BN6 tournament was... It was nice to watch. Again, we play it so much, it's like, oh, we're all hanging out in real life. We can play anything we want. We could do Battle Chip Challenge code swapping right now, but...
I'm disappointed we did not play 3.
Go away. No, see, stop. No. I can't play 3. I'm actually playing the story. And I'm stuck on one of the final missions where you're supposed to find Beastman like version 4, beat him for his data, and then go back with the chip in the undernet at the Spire and da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah, that's not a very fun part of that game.
I hate that part. Like,
but
I appreciate the jobs. I hate that it's so specific, and it's on an actual card. I can't cheat.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you could, but it requires extra hardware.
Yeah, extra hardware I don't have right now, and I'm not making.
Yeah, no. But I feel like we kind of... I think for future meetups, it would benefit us to budget the time a little bit better. I didn't want to go into the meetup with a hard set schedule because I wanted this to be a legitimate meetup where we just all sat down and just played and had fun, and that's what happened, and I really liked it. But I feel like we could have definitely have nixed Star Coliseum and OSS and put other BN installments in place.
Here's the thing. We could have played OSS as net battling.
We could have.
I mean, it would have been awful, but we could have. By the way, we are setting down rules for next time. If we do OSS, no Star Force Mega Man. There,
yeah,
I said it. He's too good.
I've never played OSS, so aside from download,
too good.
So. Yeah. I can imagine.
No Chaos Lord, no Twin Leaders, no, we got to get rid of the easy cheese.
For sure. I mean, like in future
I'm trying to make good baked macaroni. I don't want your damn microwavable Kraft mac and cheese. All right. If I wanted that, I'll run S with Chaos Lord.
Fair.
I won't run Player G with Buster Up as my reg chip. All right. That's how it works, folks. That's how you do it right there.
That's how you do it.
So we did that, and then we finished off the night with, I think, one of the best parts. Me and Twilight playing Star Force 3. Yes, indeed.
No.
Had a good old time. Gave him the Dread Joker right in his face. I hate that. I don't like Star Force. But it was fun to play. Even though I got my ass kicked like 9 times out of 10. I still had a good time with that. But we finished off the night with an actual hype bit of the stream where we got 2 cameras going, too.
Yep.
Real operate battles between Mega and Eurasia. Oh, by the way, Eurasia won the BN6 tournament.
Yeah, Eurasia did win. Spoilers.
Yeah.
Kind of a little bit of a history thing. So I actually, the first time I'd ever been to New York City was in 2015, was at Waku Waku, New York City, was a convention there. Keiji Inafune was there. That's a story for probably another episode. Yeah. But that's actually the first time I met Eurasia in person. And at that point, he had not been into collecting battle chips. He had just got his chip gate. He had the starter 10 chips that come with it, the Mega Man and the 9 other battle chips. And I brought my whole collection.
Oh my god.
I had Gutsman and Life Aura, and utterly destroyed him. Fast forward to the meetup.
That's gross. Why would you do that, man?
In retrospect, I regret it. But he did get his revenge because he beat me thoroughly in the first set. Very, very much so. He had Northwind. He had answers for everything.
He also had Live Aura.
He did. We were a lot more evenly matched, and the reason being is because after that fateful encounter in 2015, he started collecting battle chips, just like Twilight started collecting battle chips after I went to New York on a business trip and brought my chip collection.
Yep.
So it's
I collect them too. He lied. I can't afford that crap, dude.
It gets pricey. You have to be willing to stick your neck out there and also your wallet out there. And
I haven't invested in Bitcoin. I can't do this.
Listen. I invested $14 and I came out in 20. I have $22 in Bitcoin right now. I don't know how anyone does this 9 to 5 nonsense.
By the way, quick side bit. I'm just going. I was looking up Battleship Stadium, right?
Okay.
And I'm looking through the stuff, and I'm like, oh, Rockman EXE 4.5 complete Navi data. YouTube, it's Eurasia. I'm running across the community now. I'm just like, oh, man.
Yeah.
I'm doubling back.
Yeah. So, Eurasia and I, we pitted ourselves collection versus collection. People have crowned me Higsby, and people call Eurasia Tab, and it was just, it was really, really great and fun. And we used GameCubes with Game Boy players, which you can attach the battleship gate to. And you can slot in. It's a little awkward, and unfortunately sometimes the gate does come undone from the Game Boy player.
Because you're slotting in and out, you're grabbing that thing, you're manhandling. It's like, oh, whoa, calm down, dude.
Not to mention that some and some people don't know this, but some of the battleship discs, the thickness of the plastic there varies depending on the chips, where you get them, what region you get them from. I have a Korean Invis chip, and it is probably the thickest chip I own, and I don't know why. Because it's extremely difficult, and you can use Invis 3 times. It's just really difficult to slot in.
Oh yeah, another thing, region doesn't matter.
Yeah,
the chips do what the chips do because of it's like hard coded and all that stuff. And
yeah, so
continue.
But yeah, so we had some Operation Battle. He got some revenge on me, and then I ended up using Roll SP, and apparently that was a controversial end to that. But
yeah, what was that about? I heard, and I was just like, wait, what's the problem?
I don't know.
What's wrong with Roll SP? Is it too good?
I don't think Eurasia had any sort of recovery. I think that's what the issue was.
Well, you snooze. Oh, hey, look, it's MegaMasterX. Rockman EXE Battleship Gate unboxing.
Oh, God. That's probably one video on my channel that is one of the oldest, but has the most views. Yeah, it looks pretty bad.
You're so cute.
I need to just like take down all those videos, honestly.
Nah, leave them up. I like them. You're a little cutie boy.
I don't know. I just don't have the drive to do anything with YouTube anymore. I just ran out of. Like,
dude, that's why I recruited you for this. I'm not gonna lie. I've always been into Battle.net since I found the first one at Walmart, and I kind of ran across you by accident looking for stuff, and then I was like, okay, and I watched your video. I was like, oh. You know, I like his little PET history. I like how he goes in depth about a few things here and there. And then you stopped. And then I dug around some more and I found the N1 through that too. And I was like, oh. And then I realized, if I ever want to do this, I need someone who's professional. I need someone who knows his stuff. And I was like, I need MegaMasterX.
I know some things.
And so I got close to you. I got friendly.
You infiltrated my server.
Dude, I've broken the rules so many times.
Yes, you have.
I still remember the first thing I sent to you was that full synchro pic.
God. I almost got in trouble at work because of that nonsense. I'm not even joking.
You're like, oh, show me! Full synchro. Ah!
Yeah, no.
Same with your ages, same with other people. Oh, but yeah, no, like, it's weird. I sought you out for information, and now I have you here.
Yeah.
Right where I want you.
You know, I'm always curious about exactly where people find out about the N1. I usually ask, and they'll get, oh, Reddit, but I like hearing those kinds of things because it means that we have done an okay job of making ourselves known. I mean, we're a niche community, right? So
you say it that way, but at the same time, it's because you put in the effort, and it's really cool that someone out there wanted to talk about Battle Network other than me.
Yeah.
Because I only have one other friend, and he was kind of on-off. He didn't really play 6. He was more like the 3-4 meta kind of guy, which is fine. But at the same time, like, I wanted more. And there was MegaMasterX with all the information. And Mid, too. I watched Mid's videos where... Mid and Eurasia where they'd, like, battle multiple bases and things like that. And then you with your actual information on the toys, on stuff in the games, the anime. And yeah.
And Mid and Eurasia have been doing this for a very, very, very long time.
Yes.
That there's like the whole like Undersquare, like old school Trez, that whole community. Those community EXEHQ, which is where I hailed from, like these communities have been like stalwart bastions of Battle Network for so long that it sucks that TUS is gone and that EXEHQ is gone, but we got Trez and we got the N1.
It's true. I still can't remember the original site I would go to, because I remember it's where I also learned about Chrono X being made. But that was so long ago now.
like I said, from humble beginnings.
Yeah, and here we are. See, that's something I want to do an episode. I want to know people's stories on how they wound up here, and I know most of it's probably going to be Reddit.
Yeah, I'd be okay with getting some like community interviews going too at some point. I think
yeah,
really fun.
Eurasia, Mid, Salad, Twilight, Virili, you nerds out there, come join us.
So, one more thing on the meetup before we get into our next segment is the Japanese community actually latched on, and we had several members from the Japanese community watching the M1GP meetup. Well, not necessarily. It was just they were surprised that there were also Western meetups.
Well, I mean, I say laughing because I'm sure our battle networking skills are very, very, very lacking in comparison.
You have to keep in mind, too, that the Japanese have meetups on a regular basis. I'm talking a monthly basis.
Yeah, that's true. It's just... See, that's the beauty of Japan. I love living in America, don't get me wrong, but the beauty of Japan is you have bullet trains that cover the country. You can take a flight for $47 from Hokkaido to Tokyo. Like, there's no reason not to meet up. It's ridiculous.
It is, and that's one of the strengths of that community, which is good. And I definitely want to make these meetups a little more regular, but with travel prices the way they are in the United States, that's not really economically feasible for us as organizers or members of the community It's really tough, but we can still make sure that we put on a show and set the stage and give people a comfortable place where they can sit down and just nerd out about Battle Network. But
I mean, it's convenient that most of us kind of live in New York, or like a good amount of us live here. But like even Twilight, he doesn't live super far, but he lives about an hour ride from me on the train, which is kind of inconvenient.
A couple people live in Jersey, and it isn't easy, but I'm really glad. I honestly can say from the bottom of my heart, I'm so glad that we were able to meet up and do this. It was super fun.
Totally.
So
all right. Out of all this, the meet was done. I brought him back. We talked. We fell asleep. We woke up. We played net battling. We played dot hack.
Yeah.
We left. He almost missed a flight, but he made it 2 minutes to spare.
We played Battle Network. We played Star Force 3
the whole way there. We played Star Force 3 and BN5DS.
Yeah,
and
we did.
It was fun.
It was a load of fun, even though we were like both noising out. It was crazy.
That's why we missed the stuff. We were too busy.
Yeah. That's right.
All right. So go ahead. New segment.
There's okay.
Get it?
So we don't really have any kind of bumpers for this because we never anticipated this. So I'm just gonna kind of improvise. Super fighting robot. Mega Man. This is the news segment. We actually have Mega Man news to talk about.
Yeah,
can you believe this?
It's kind of the problem with this podcast is we're talking about things that are set in stone and changing ever so slightly. But now we actually have news from Capcom.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to believe, but Capcom, a couple of days, the Monday after the meetup, announced Mega Man 11.
Yes.
What's your feelings on this? What are your thoughts on it?
I've never seen a bigger middle finger to Mighty Number 9 in my life.
I agree.
No offense to you, Inafune, but it's pretty obvious where they're going with this. But I'm hyped as hell for this game. I think it looks great.
They even said during the interview portion, because they had sort of like a celebratory stream before the announcement, they even said they had developer interviews. Masazaku Iguchi is a designer here of Star Force and Battle Network fame. He even name-dropped Star Force and Battle Network.
He couldn't remember. He's like, wait, what's he calling it? Starfall?
He's like, oh, the Ryusei no Rockman series. Okay. But yeah, they pretty much said, we didn't know what we were going to do. When Inafune left, Mega Man died, is more or less what they said.
Yeah.
And they had to kind of take a long, hard 7-year think and figure out what they wanted to do with Mega Man. And I think that they landed on the right spot.
Yes, definitely.
I don't think I could have handled another 8-bit Mega Man personally.
I'm burnt out. Like, I enjoyed 9 and 10, but it is nice to see like actual graphics.
Yeah.
Even though I always advocate that there's nothing wrong with 8 and 16-bit. If you do it right, you can make an amazing game out of simple graphics. But sure, it is nice to see that Capcom is like, okay, you know what? Let's put 8-bit aside. Everyone knows who Mega Man is. Let's just do it our way. And here we are.
Mm-hmm. And I think that they picked a really good art director. They picked the lead artist for the Star Force series, and some of those designs some of those nuances can be really seen in the concept art that was shown. Mm-hmm. We've seen silhouettes based off of a contrasted up title screen of some of the Robot Masters, and just from their outlines, they look incredibly detailed. I mean, we've seen one of the Robot Masters, which it turns out gave Mega Man the transformation that was quote-unquote leaked. It was probably intentionally put there, but it was actually 2 pieces of concept art for Mega Man, his transformation, and Roll. Their new designs were actually in the Mega Man Legacy Collection 2's art gallery.
Oh, nice.
Right under our noses, Proto Dude on Twitter called it. 150%. Like, day one, Legacy Collection 2 dropped, he's like, these 2 pieces of concept art have never been in any Mega Man game. They're new. Right. And everyone, just kind of slept on it, I feel. But turns out he was right.
What was I going to say? I'll probably never ever like Star Force for what it is. I do not like the games. I think the battle system's kind of wonky, even though we played it so much. I love the designs and aesthetic of it, though. Like, my phone backgrounds are Star Force. I love the art direction. It's really good. I really like how Geo looks. Or, I'm sorry, Subaru. But I am glad they brought him on to do this.
They did. I think that they picked a good team of whatever... They picked a good team of whatever Mega Man veterans are remaining at Capcom, which turns out are enough. Yes. They're not outsourcing development of this title to Inti Creates, which, don't get me wrong, Inti Creates is a great developer, but I'm kind of glad they're not working on this one.
Yeah. I'm not going to knock him either, but I was kind of underwhelmed with Gunvolt too.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't got it yet, so I was actually going to ask for your recommendation on that or not.
It's not. It's a good game. It's solid. It plays better than the first Gunvolt. Just, I don't know. I got kind of burnt out about halfway there. I was like, oh, God. It just slogs for a bit. You can get over that. It's good.
Yeah. But yeah, so that was announced. They also announced that Mega Man X 1 through 8 are coming to PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PC, and Nintendo Switch.
Yeah. So, do you think these are just going to be direct ports, or are they going to be touched up?
they're probably going to be straight direct ports. If Legacy Collection is any sort of indication, I can't imagine. I mean, they may have to do some work compatibility-wise to get... Well, no, they didn't. Is Legacy Collection 2's Mega Man 8 the Saturn version? I think it... No, it's the PlayStation version.
I thought it was the Saturn.
I don't think it is. I'll have to check on that. But
hang on, internet.
I can't... While Adele is looking it up, I really can't imagine there being any sort of, like, retouching that they'll be able to do. Because we're talking about PlayStation 2 games.
Oh,
X7,
okay.
X7, X8 were PlayStation 2 games. 4, 5, and 6 were PlayStation games. I can't imagine there's too terribly much that they're going to be able to do with it, considering they didn't even bother when they re-released Legends 2, and Legends for that matter. They didn't bother editing out the tag building in Legends 1, which was rumored to be the reason they couldn't release them on PSN, because the rules of PlayStation Network state that you can't modify a game and release it on PSN. It has to be the original unmodified version of the game, which that was the rumor for a long time. And then there was rumors about that. That's another story for another day. But to answer your question, long story short, I don't think they're going to do anything to them. I think it's going to be straight ports. Yeah.
I mean, it'll be nice to see that things like, you know, the X7 and X8 speedrun community is going to enjoy this. That's for sure.
Oh, for sure. I mean, considering load times are probably one of the only things holding back those times from getting lower. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. It is the PlayStation version they used for Mega Man 8, which, for those who don't know, the Saturn version actually had more to it. They had things like a bonus mode and the ability to fight Cutman in the Duo stage and Woodman in the Search stage.
Yes, which were nice.
Yes.
It's kind of unfortunate they're not there. But they also... That's not all for the news. They also announced that Mega Man Legacy Collection 1 and 2 are also coming to Nintendo Switch.
Yes.
In summer of next year. So that is a grand total of 19 games that are coming to Nintendo Switch by the end of 2018.
God.
Which is insane just to think about.
Can't believe the Switch is finally getting video games.
That's the reason I got one. So,
why didn't you bring it with you then?
Oh, well, I didn't get it until I came back.
Wow.
It was a birthday gift. My birthday's in a few weeks.
Can't believe MMX is finally going to be 21.
No, hello? No. You're about 3/4 of a decade off there, my dude.
MMX pulled that one on me too. He's like, Adell, are you really 30? And I'm like, yeah. Oh, you don't look like it.
You legit don't. I'm serious.
Yeah, I know. Oh, I know. Trust me. People say, I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm like, what, 24, 25? Yeah, I know. Anyway. But, yeah, Eurasia was like, I'm old here. Like, nah, dude. Sit down, kid.
Oh, man. But, yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead.
I was going to say, there's one other thing from all this. There's one small image that keeps just going around the net right now, and I love seeing it every time. And I think I know what it's going to be. So there's a thing from, supposedly, Mega Man 11.
Yep.
Oh, is it from GameInformer?
GameInformer's article on Mega Man 11, yeah.
Oh, that's what it's from. So definitely, okay. It shows classic Mega Man wearing Star Force armor with the Buster and everything complete. You know, it's Warrock. It's everything. It's just one still, though. I think it's going to be, like, you can unlock this outfit, and they're probably going to do that for, like, all of them. So they probably, like, have an X look. You can have, oh, God, a Battle Network look.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if there was a ZX either.
I would be surprised if there... I would be surprised if there was a Zero or a ZX suit. I mean, X was in Zero, kind of.
That's not fair.
But, I mean, considering they picked a kind of a niche Mega Man branch like Star Force to showcase this transformation, really kind of opens the doors and lets us know that, yeah, if they're doing it for Star Force, it's a very, very good bet. It's probably going to be for every other sub-series. And I'm hype for that. Even if it's cosmetic, I'm excited for it.
Yeah, it was nice to really see Battle Network get a little bit in, like, Smash 4. You know, he comes out with the final Smash. You could customize your Mii to have that look, too. Yeah. That's nice. And this is, you know, it's a nice little nod. It still makes me a little sad we're not going to see anything else from it until some of us make games, but it's still good. Oh, that was... What was I going to say? There was one other thing. I'm having a moment here, MMX. Uh-oh.
I don't know if I can help you there.
Oh, well. It's gone now. There's something I wanted to add to all this. Smash 4. That. Oh my god. What was I going to say to you? Oh, well. Oh, well. That's all I can say. Oh, well. So, yeah, I think that's, like, all the real news for now.
Yeah, I can't believe we're sitting here having this discussion.
Oh, I remember now!
Oh, God.
Okay, so, during the... during the whole video, they were going over, like, the previous Mega Man games. You know, of course, Battle Network comes up like, yay, Battle Network! And then, you know, Star Force comes like, yeah, Star Force! And then nothing. And then they showed crossover.
That was weird.
They didn't show OSS, but they showed crossover, which I was like, wait a minute.
However,
this didn't come out in America.
In the Japanese version of that video, they showed WonderSwan.
Really?
And they showed OSS, yes.
Oh, what? Why would you show crossover, but not those then? Like, don't show crossover! We didn't get this game at all, in any capacity.
Well, yeah, considering we didn't get WonderSwan, nor did we get OSS.
Yeah, we got WonderSwan. It was just no one knew about it because it was around the time of the Game Boy Advance.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it was here. It was just it got swamped so fast it was gone in an instant.
Which is unfortunate. It's a pretty interesting.
But we did not get the Battle Network version of that on the WonderSwan.
Nope.
So it's peculiar to me that they show that, and then they showed it over a pit of spikes too.
Oh yeah, that was a really nice touch. I'm not sure if that was intentional. I think it was.
It's like,
I mean, it definitely symbolizes a rough spot. It was a rough spot for Capcom. I mean, you know, I think
I would have liked to play it.
This is kind of sidebar, but I think that this maybe puts a little bit more strength behind the theory that Inafune leaving is the reason that Legends 3 got canceled.
They could have said that.
I mean, considering what they said in the interview to, like, Inafune leaving and them being quote-unquote lost.
They could have said that when they canceled Legends, though. I mean,
yeah, I agree.
It would have seemed more human other than, well, there just wasn't enough interest in it. It's like, wait, what?
You know, that was just a tweet from a European Capcom employee. That wasn't even, like, the official stance of the company.
That's the one that took off, though. That's the problem.
Yeah. And, I mean, I get the argument that it was from an official Capcom account. You know, a representative of Capcom as a company said it. But I don't think that reflects the actual team's feelings behind it.
Gotta be careful, man. And just one employee represents the whole company, no matter what.
It's true. But yeah. So that's a lot of good news coming out. We're going to find out more information about Mega Man 11 in summer of 2018, according to Capcom and sources. Check out the GameInformer issue coming out with a very, very nice cover. I'm actually using that GameInformer's cover as my desktop wallpaper.
Are you using the one with GameInformer on it, or the one I linked without it?
The one without GameInformer on, the one you linked.
Yeah, good bubby. I'll probably link that in the description below.
Yeah, certainly. So yeah, I think that about wraps up this episode.
Yeah, I think so. We actually ate up a good hour on this.
We did.
My goodness. I thought this would be a quick episode, but you know what? We always manage to do it.
We do. There is one final thing that we need to talk about real quick.
Oh no.
And that is the next N1 Grand Prix meetup.
Oh no. Summer 2018!
Yes,
I should have just ended it right there.
Just like an explosion sound.
Yeah, like a big drop.
But we are anticipating, we haven't officially like set anything in stone yet, but we are aiming to have the next 2018 N1 Grand Prix meetup again in New York City in the summer of 2018. So stay tuned to the N1GP Twitter at N1 Grand for more information on that. It will be more publicly viewable than this one. This one was kind of hush-hush, as we were trying to figure out like how it was, if the venue was going to work out. It obviously has, so we're gonna expand it and make sure it's public. So stay tuned to that Twitter for more information, or join the N1 Grand Prix Discord.
Oh god, yes. Yeah, you always got to do. You got to take that jump into that weird part, and once you know what works, what doesn't, much like this podcast, you can figure out what you need to get done correctly. We'll have the right equipment. We'll know what to tell people, when to actually get there. Maybe we could set up prior, things like that. It's going to come together a lot better. Also, we are having a set schedule. I will put my foot down as many times for this.
There will be a schedule.
We are not touching Star Coliseum. We are net battling. I will even do Battle Chip Challenge.
Oh, sign me up. Oh my god.
When are we doing the BCC tournament?
If Marker comes, I wonder if we can set up BCC plays BCC just to go in the background while the events are going on.
God, yes. Yo, no, see, we could have had that happen while we were at dinner.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
See, you could set up like an automated battle thing, just watch the computer beat itself in the head, and then we'll come back in an hour. Actually, it took us 2 hours at dinner.
It did. It was worth every single second, for sure.
And every single penny.
Yeah.
No leftovers.
Nope. So Adell,
yeah.
Where can people find you on the wide internet?
They can't.
Oh.
Hell yeah. No, you can, of course, you can find me at this YouTube channel. You can also find me on Twitter at twitter.com/trainer_Adell, ADELL. Also on Twitch at tactical_network. I'm trying to get back into that. I got a lot of trips coming up, so I've not been streaming as much at all. And, yeah? And if you're in the New York area and you happen to pass a Valor gym, look at it, you might find me at Trainer Adell.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Or any sort of wave viruses coming out. Anywho,
I'm telling you, if... We need to discuss that later.
I think we do. But,
how about you, MMX? Where are you at?
You can locate me on Twitch and Twitter. I'm at MegaMasterX on Twitter and MegaMasterX on Twitch. You can also find the N1GP, like I said, at N1 Grand on Twitter, or the N1GP. You can find a Discord invite link on the Battle Network subreddit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also in the link in the description down below.
Yes.
See, I refrained from telling the joke this time.
Thank you so much.
Every time it passes my head, I just can't help but giggle.
I know. I'm glad we're past that now, for the most part.
For the most part, trust me, every time. It's almost palpable.
Oh my god. Well, thank you so much for tuning into this episode of the Net Savior Podcast. On the next episode, what are we discussing, Adell?
It might be Battle Network 6. I haven't decided yet.
We'll see.
We'll see. Maybe I'll just keep putting off B and 6 for all eternity. We'll find something else to discuss.
Battleship Gates.
Ooh, I mean, we could discuss the manga, the anime, the Battleship Gates, the toys, the versions of PETs.
We're gonna get some angry emails.
Good. Send us your feedback. We enjoy it.
We do.
Alright. And until next time, everyone, keep busting those viruses.
Transcode! Mega Man!
Mega Man Star... No, I'm sorry. Mega Man Star Force 3 Black Ace! A big thank you to Kokiremix for the music used in this episode. If you'd like to hear more, be sure to check out their YouTube at Kokiremix.